Okay, so I know I've been gone for a few days, and so I wanted to make a video it's basically all the warm-ups we would have done on the days that I would have been there. If you're watching this video at a later time, it's just extra practice. So I do want you to understand that just because I'm not there does not mean you're not responsible for the material. I have been making videos that cover exactly what you need to know. And then you could always go find another math teacher for help, or you can email me questions. And I will be back after spring break, and we will have a whole week, 4 days, because the first day is a PD day, together before you take your test. So there are no excuses when it comes to this test. You are still responsible for this material. And don't forget that logs is on this test also. So you guys need to be going back and studying logs. There's another extra credit video on logs posted that if you watch it and upload your notes, you can get extra credit for that as well. So for now, let's just go over everything we should be able to do with polynomials. Some of this I was there for, some of it I wasn't, so we're just going to go through all of it. If you understand this, you should be good on test day. Remember, pause the video, write down the problem, do the problem, then watch me teach it, right? The fact that it's a video means you can pause it and also rewind it. Okay, read number 1. So factored form exact equation. So that means y equals a, parentheses, double root at -2 is going to be x plus 2, and double root means squared multiplicity of 2. Single root at 3, x minus 3 because it's opposite, and passing through 0, 6. So 6 for y, 0 for x. Simplify inside the parentheses. Do the exponents. Multiply. Divide. You don't have to reduce it, but you can if you'd like. Let's try to write it down correctly. Doesn't matter where the negative is as long as you have a negative. This is our answer. Number 2, take a second, write it down, pause the video, do the problem, then watch me teach it. Okay, at this point we have learned synthetic division, which I think most of us prefer. However, on test day you will have to do long division, so I will add another problem for that in a minute. Synthetic. Cubed, squared, x constant, so we're good. 1, 1, -3, -3. Synthetic is opposite, so -1. Drop the 1, multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. This is our remainder. It started with x cubed, so this is 1x squared plus 0x minus 3, or just x squared minus 3. Okay, now I've added another one because we have to be able to do long division on the test. The reason you have to use long division in this problem is because it's dividing by 3x plus 2, and you cannot do synthetic division like that. So set up a long division, pause the video, do the problem, and then watch me teach it. Okay, 3x times this must be x squared in order to get 3x cubed. Finish the column. X squared times 2 is 2x squared. This diagonal has to add to equal the next number. So this must be -6x squared. 3x times this must be -2x to get -6x squared. Finish the column. -2x times 2 is -4x. That and its diagonal are supposed to add to be -x, so this must be 3x. That leaves 1. 2 times 1 is 2. I need 5, so I need 3 more, and the answer is the top plus the remainder over what you divided by. There is 2b. Okay, find all the roots. This time we are given a root. You know synthetic division and long division, so it is your choice. If x equals 1 is the root, remember that means that x minus 1 was the factor. So if you're going to do long division, you use x minus 1, but I do believe most of us prefer synthetic division now, and we are going to just use the root that was given, so 1. We are told it is a root, so this has to work. Do your synthetic division. Multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, and you get remainder 0. Put the x's back in it, 1 less than x cubed, so this is 2x squared. Then you have choices. You could do factoring and zero product property or quadratic formula. I will do factoring one more time. Quadratic formula works also. Maybe I'll do that also just so you guys have choices. There's lots of factoring resources on Schoology. Multiplies to be negative 6x squared, adds to be 5x. This column's divisible by 2. That leaves x, 3, and negative 1. So this is 2x minus 1 times x plus 3. That gives us roots. X equals the 1 that they gave us originally, 1/2, which I'll show you in a second, and negative 3. Zero product property for 2x minus 1 equals 0. Add the 1 and divide by 2 is how I got the 1/2. These are our roots. Number 4, copy it down. Notice it's almost the same thing, but this time they do not give us a root. So this is where you're going to use your P over Q. So I only write the plus minus sign once. So plus or minus. Factors of 3 over factors of the imaginary 1. So that's just plus or minus, like I said, 1 over 1, 3 over 1. So that's 4 possibilities. So long division works, but also this is a great time to use synthetic division. 1, 1, negative 5, 3. You can plug it in like the original video showed you, or you can just jump into synthetic division. This problem is cubed, so chances are 3 of the 4 choices are going to work. So let's just try one. Let's try positive 1. Drop the 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Add. Multiply. Add. Multiply. Add. So this one did work. Let me just show you what would have happened if it didn't work. So if you were trying this on test day, and let's say you tried negative 1 first, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, and you did not get 0, that's how you know negative 1 does not work and you would try again. But since we did get 0, let's go back. It was cubed, so this is 1x squared plus 2x minus 3. Now we need to find out when that equals 0. So just like before, factoring or quadratic formula. I forgot I said I was going to do quadratic formula on the last one, so I'll do that one on this one instead. So negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. 4 plus 12. Square root of 16 is 4. 2 plus 4 is 6, which is 3. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Wait a second, let's go back. I lost my negative sign. Negative 2 plus or minus 4 over 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. Divided by 2 is going to give me 1. Negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6 over 2 is going to give me negative 3. So, way back up here, 1 was an answer. Then I got 1 again, and then negative 3. So my roots, x equals 1, multiplicity 2, and x equals negative 3. I need a new page so we can sketch this. Okay, so here's what we got from the last one. So what we did was we turned this into factored form. If it's x equals 1, that's x minus 1 squared. And then if it's x equals negative 3, that's x plus 3. So it's like I gave you this, and I asked you to sketch it. So let's find everything we need to find. Pause the video and try it. Okay, so the degree is 3. The leading coefficient is 1. That's positive odd. Positive odds do this. We already answered the roots. That puts the x-intercepts at 1, 0, and negative 3, 0. And the y-intercept is the constant, 0, 3. Remember, my y-axis is not to scale, but my x-axis is 1, negative 3. Arrows. When I approach negative 3, it has a multiplicity of 1, so I go straight through. Somewhere I turn around. When I hit the 1, it has a multiplicity of 2, so it bounces back. And this is my sketch. This is how the whole chapter fits back together. We started by sketching them in factored form. Then we learned how to divide so that we could factor them. Then we learned how to find all the roots so we could sketch them no matter what form they're given in. Okay, number 5, write it down, do the problem, then watch me teach it. Standard form, that means I'm going to have to multiply. If a root is at negative 3, that means x plus 3. Positive root 2 means x minus root 2. And negative root 2 means x plus root 2. These are called conjugates. They always come in pairs. You always multiply those together first. We still have the x plus 3 from before. And then I just got, so those cross out, x squared minus 2 for this one. So another area diagram multiplying those together. Make sure you write it as an equation. Y is fine, f of x is fine also. There you go. Okay, number 6, write it down, pause it, do the problem on your own. Factored form, exact form. Triple root at negative 1, x plus 1 cubed. Single root at 2, x minus 2. Passing through 6, 0. 0, 6, I'm sorry. One cubed is still 1. A is negative 3. Don't forget to answer the question. The question was for an equation. There you go. Okay, this is our last one. Write it down, do the problem, pause the video, then watch me teach it. Degree, I've got 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Degree is 7. Leading coefficients, -3. This is odd, negative. Negative, the right side always goes down. Odd, they're always opposite. There is a x in the front. That's going to give me x equals 0 mult 2 because of the exponent 2. -4 mult 3. 5 mult 1. And 1 mult 1. So that's 0, 0. -4, 0. 5, 0. 1, 0. When you have 0, 0 as an x-intercept, you automatically know your y-intercept. Plot your points. 0, -4, 1, and 5. Arrows. Okay, remember they're not in order. As I approach -4, it should be multiplicity of 3. Make it look like a cubic. Turn it around somewhere. 0 has multiplicity of 2. Make it bounce. Turn it around quickly. 1 has multiplicity of 1. Go straight through. 5 has multiplicity of 1. Go straight through. Domain for all polynomials is all real numbers. We will only ask you for range if it's an odd degree, which means it's all real numbers because the arrows go up and down forever. So do these problems over and over again, and you should be good for the test. Hope you're doing well.